Greetings, dear friends. Accordingly, Grok, Elon Musk's AI, verifies that the price of XRP would reach $28.55 if the XRP ledger were to record even 10% of Hidden Road's volume. Today we'll discuss that. We'll also talk about the Ripple Versev SEC case, which is pending commission approval and has a short deadline of April 16th for submission. Furthermore, the introduction of a euro-backed stablecoin on the XRP ledger has been confirmed by Cassie Craddock, Managing Director for the UK and Europe at Ripple. We'll examine today's market developments and discuss that as well. Among the most noteworthy events of the day was the Manchu OM token crash, which caused it to lose 91% of its value. I've already discussed this in a post on my Telegram channel. You are welcome to subscribe. Fascinatingly, FLR, Flare, and Odell Ross demonstrated that although low-quality coins are self-destructing, tech-based tokens are thriving. Additionally, Binance is losing credibility as the price of nearly everything at least plummets. Many of these tokens are unproven enterprises that no sane investor would touch, and the majority have no actual value. These shitcoins are classics. Their technological value is zero. Coins like Monero, XLM, HBR, HDC, and XRP, on the other hand, have done well over the past year and continue to yield profits, whereas the majority have either fallen or are still substantially down. Sentiment of the market. The market's attitude right now is 29 out of 100. The market is attempting to enter a state of neutrality. Bitcoin would enter a verified neutral zone and could move toward euphoria if it broke above $85.5 thousand held, and then pushed beyond $88K. The market is sideways and quiet at the moment. Investor interest has been tempered by the coin's modest falls and limited volatility. In terms of psychology, consumers prefer to purchase when prices are rising rather than declining. They completely avoid buying because they are afraid of taking the second, third, or 10th downturn. Technical image of XRP. Let's discuss my actions, my expectations for XRP, and the current changes in the situation. XRP finished at $2.12 on the weekly chart, slightly below resistance. Right now, we're trading around between $1.96 and $2.17, possibly a little higher. We're probably going to remain in that range for the time being. Right now, I'm not trading actively. I'm keeping an eye on it to see what happens. Everything ultimately hinges on Bitcoin. All other coins will follow if Bitcoin continues to rise. Bitcoin appears to be doing well on a monthly basis. It is developing around its framework. We might witness the formation of a double top. We have a good chance of hitting $115,000, $120,000 before collapsing if we end the month above $102.5 thousand. What makes me believe this? After a similar incident occurred in 2021, cycles of history tend to repeat themselves. Naturally, though, nothing is assured. We must keep a close eye on the chart to observe Bitcoin's performance. In my opinion, Bitcoin will continue to climb toward the end of this year and the start of next, at least in Q1, before experiencing a real bear market. All coins will increase in such a system as well, particularly if it mirrors the 2021 cycle. XRP's monthly graph. We watched XRP drop toward $1.60 on the monthly chart, but buyers intervened. Although April has recovered so far, we must keep an eye on how the month ends. A quick recovery is unlikely because the trend line is still weak. XRP continues to trade in a sideways to slightly downward pattern below the trend line on a daily chart, and in the near future, that's most likely what we'll continue to observe. Grok's forecast regarding XRP. Elon Musk's AI, Grok, estimates that XRP would be worth $28.55 per token if the XRP ledger were to capture 10% of Hidden Road's volume. Using the calculations for circulating supply and market capitalization, you arrive at a base valuation of $5.71 per XRP, assuming that Hidden Road handles $3 trillion in volume, 10% of which is $300 billion. When speculation and FOMO are combined with a bull market multiplier, a 5x increase yields $28.55. This math is Grog's, not mine. However, even the base price of $5.71 is remarkable. Ripple and regulatory news. A brief for the Ripple SEC case, which is awaiting commission approval, will be presented on April 16th. The minting of euro-backed stablecoin on XRPL was verified by Cassie Craddock. According to former Managing Director Navin Gupta, Ripple is not your typical business. Our goal is to leave our mark on the cosmos. We are resolving the $155 trillion issue of cross-border payments. Consider Ripple to be the Google of installments. According to David Schwartz, XRP is prepared for prime time. The infrastructure is finished and up and running. Now the only question is when it will be widely implemented. Market fluctuations and cryptocurrency bubbles. Regarding cryptocurrency bubbles, OEM saw the largest decline over the past hour, indicating that the market is in a correctional phase. On average, most altcoins are down 1–2%. Concluding remarks and perspective. The market is primarily sideways at the moment. We are not in euphoria just yet, but Bitcoin would experience a second wave of growth if it broke $90,000, and particularly $100,000. Underdog altcoins might then take center stage. For instance, DOT only recently reached $1.12 minus 13, if you were hoping for it to reach $20. In the event that the second wave occurs, you'll probably see $20 again. However, only a few coins will rise. A global alt season is not going to happen. It will be selective. Therefore, rely on the horses you wager on. There will be winners and losers. FLR Flame Case. A lot of people inquired about Flare. FLR. I exchanged my FLR for Bitcoin at a time when it was about $16,000. At that time, FLR was about 5 cents. Ever since, FLR went below 1 cent, momentarily rose above 5 cents, and then plunged once more. I have no regrets about selling. Bitcoin did better. I would have regretted it if FLR had recovered to 10 or 20 cents, but didn't. FLR is about 80% below its high. The project might recover and reach new heights if it is sound. Otherwise, like many others, it will vanish. It's surprising that FLR isn't on Binance. Even though there are coins like Mantra that drop 90%, it's annoying. Nearly everything that collapses is listed on Binance, yet none of the projects have gained traction or maintained their worth. They are compensated for listing tokens. That's the truth. Retailers are drawn to the platform by its visibility. They purchase at the top, get dumped, and witness a 90% decline in their holdings. The entire model is that, to be honest, exchanges such as Binance should be paying hefty taxes for making money out of thin air. The last word on XRP. As of right now, XRP is moving just as predicted, pulling back and remaining inside the specified range. The support is about $2.05. Be ready. No obvious bullish setups are pointing to a breakout in the near future. However, we can observe that buyers are becoming more powerful on the monthly Bitcoin chart. We may see something akin to early 2021 if this keeps up. Thank you for listening, and I hope to see you again soon. This was Crypto Facts.